All right, this is going to be a look at one of the very few RPOs that the Ravens appear to have run recently. I don't offer to you that this is actually being read by Lamar. It could be. You can see that he's clearly looking at the DN, which I believe is Jahad Ward. I think we will get the end zone angle here in a moment, by the way. It's a nice little gain out here to Devin Duvernay in the flats. The thing I like about it that's really sneaky and tricky is normally to create a two receiver or three receiver side down here for our RPO. Normally it would be Duve going in motion and then running out into the flats. Or if you remember last year, it was Marquise Brown. He was over here, and then he would go in motion, run out to the flats. This is interesting to me. It's hasn't been talked about. We motion Ricard a lot, right? He motions to run, or he motions to pass pro. This time he motions to go block out on the edge for a screen. I'm not a real big fan of the way we do it in terms of him going outside of Duve. I think the ball's got to be snapped like now, maybe even slightly before. But we have had trouble this year with our snaps and related to motion. We do motion a lot, if you ask me. I'm not. I think you get the end zone angle. Let me double check. Yeah, we got the end zone angle. Okay, we'll come back. I love it. Getting the ball out to Duve in some space, getting him an opportunity. It's 3-on-3, okay, but the third player is an inside linebacker who's pursuing from inside out. He's already set up on a bad angle. Like, I don't mean he's done something wrong in terms of the angle. We have just out formationed them. What out formationed means is to line up in a formation where you outflank the defense and you can get the edge easily. That's what it was taught to me in terms of what out formationed means. And we get Andrews and Ricard out here on the edge blocking. I like this play. I don't know about you guys. Is it an RPO? Is it not an RPO? I'm not sure. I mean, if we give the football, we got Linderbaum kicking out Thibodeau. Thibodeau's not going to make the tackle. We got the pulling tackle wrapping up. Yeah, we've got an unblocked corner or safety sitting over here that once we get through the hole, we're going to have to deal with. So I don't know if Lamar's doing a count. He could be doing a count. All right, pre-snap. He could be told in the headset pre-snap, throw the ball to Duve. It could just be a design play to Duve anyway and not really characterized as an RPO. But I don't know about you. This intrigues me. Why aren't we doing this more? Especially when we're not getting, any type of press man, which we have seen a little bit more press man this year than in recent years, at least late in games, right? The Giants, played some press man, obviously because that's Wink's style. End zone angle, again, read man right here. Where are the RPOs? Why aren't we running them? Early in the season, I thought we ran them like once, twice a game, and they got shut down. Like, for real. It's not like we were getting a ton of yards on them. I'm not saying we were. But there's some times where, like this one, I'm not sure we're really reading anything. I think we're told what to do with the football here pre-snap. Does that mean Lamar can't read them? No, that's dumb talk. Like, that's stupid. That's not what I'm saying. Sometimes it's a read. Sometimes it's a pre-snap count. And in this case, this is the third defender. He did not. That's Jalen Smith, who I highlighted on the All-22 view a moment ago. He didn't widen up a whole lot with that motion. He moved some, but not enough. So it's possible that instead of Lamar looking here for the read in terms of handing off or not, he might be looking here. What is Jalen Smith doing? All right, Jalen Smith. If I'm saying his name wrong, I apologize. You guys can see a little bit of it up here. You got the free safety's feet there. The free safety didn't roll, on the motion. So it's not like they've matched numbers. They are outflanked. They are out formationed. So it's the right play. And it gets Duve the ball. We need to get him the ball. I wish that kind of like, and I'll go back to the All-22 in a minute. Look how sneaky he is. I mean, he snaked up the sideline. There's a lot of guys I feel like would end up out of bounds a little sooner. I think he also, he's got a huge speed edge over Jalen Smith. So he's, able to get up the sideline and get another 4 or 5 yards. Let me pull this back to the All-22 one more time and talk about the motion and the timing. I'm not saying like the Ravens don't know what they're doing teaching the motion. No, not at all. I just feel like conceptually we're waiting too long. This throw needs to come out a little sooner, and I think the reason it doesn't come out sooner is not because of anything that we do in here. It's because Ricard's motion is going around Duve. And I think that elongated motion is unrealistic. I think it should be snapped like now. Maybe a little, maybe slightly later, maybe now. But I don't think it should be snapped once he's outside the hash. The ball's on the left hash. So if we're going to snap it once he's outside the hash, we're talking about what, 8 yards, something like that, maybe 9. Is that right? No, it's 7. Either way, it's too far. In my opinion, the ball should be snapped before he gets to the hash. That way, Andrews can go get his man. Ricard can go get his man, and then we're off to the outside. I also would like, and another reason why, I'm not sure if anybody here has any experience with the spread stuff. We can do this bubble step with Duve and get him back, create a little bit better angle for him, to catch it and then get downhill, as opposed to catching it short of the bottom of the numbers. See how he's catching it short of the bottom of the, or he's right at the bottom of the numbers, the bottom of the 20. If he is able to step back, then I think he's got a little bit better angle to catch it and already be moving forward. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, people, we call it a bubble. All right, O2 bubble. That's not really a bubble. That's just a little hitch, a little screen. Let me know what you guys think of some of my thoughts there. I think it's a real productive play. At some point, we got to give the thing. We got to give it. We got to give it to JK. We got to give it to Drake, especially against, this. And if you're a Giants fan or somebody watching it, don't take offense. It's a soft run defense they had. It just was. You can see we've got a little bit of a wall created here. We've got a crease for the lineman, the pulling lineman, Moses. And Moses, look, I'm one of those guys that's like, hey, he's better in pass pro than he is, on run blocking. When he's pulling and wrapping, he does a great job. We got an opportunity to get him in here and take somebody out and then run Dobbins up through there. Is it going to be a 20-yard gain? Well, no, it certainly doesn't look like it. But the one thing I will say is, by stretching the field horizontally up here to the top side, what you've done is you've really isolated this whole half of the Giants defense. Talking about these defenders here, that inside backer, Jahad Ward, and the free. I'm not criticizing saying this ball should be handed off. I'm saying we need to run this play again, run this look again, snap the ball a little sooner when Ricard is, right near the hash or something like that. Or if on the run play we want to snap it a little later, fine, but not too late. I feel like this is way too late. You guys let me know what you think. We got a block, kick out block here. We got a wrap. Does it look like a 9-yard gain to me? Well, no. Looks like a 4-yard gain, maybe 5 or 6, unless we break a tackle. Then what happens? In my opinion, you've got the opportunity to stretch people horizontally with this play, and then this inside linebacker becomes the key guy on the run concept, because you see he's staying with the running back. So they've just dedicated 3 guys to the pass portion of this, and then the Mike is just reading Lamar. But he read wrong. That's what we would do. We would just have that guy. He'd be the bonus defender to both sides. In my opinion, and it's a somewhat uneducated opinion because I ain't calling plays. I've never been nowhere near that level. We've got to hand this ball off. We've got to run similar looking plays from the same formation. We can't get into one formation and run one play, and then get into a different formation and run a different play. We've got to kind of stay, all right, we're going to run this formation 3 times on this possession, and we're going to run 2 or 3 different plays out of it. See how the defense is lining up on 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, whatever it is. Because at this point, if we're not taking advantage of Duvernay, what are we doing? The ability is there. He had a huge impact against the Bengals. Could have had an even bigger impact. He had an opportunity to make a touchdown catch up the middle of the field. Let me know what you think. I know One Play Wednesday is generally a shorter video style. This one is, working on 9 minutes here, but I think it's a missing element to the Ravens offense, the RPO, because it stretches people horizontally, just like a screen, which is basically what that was. And then it gives us the ability to hit them on the back side of that. Stretching people horizontally is a foundational element of offenses for decades. And to me right now, it seems to be something that's kind of missing in our offense until we do QB power read or QB counter read. The horizontal threat is there. It's the running back crossing Lamar's face. Surprise, surprise, those are some of our most successful plays in terms of conceptual plays that threaten the edge and then an off-tackle run. If you ask me, we've got to run the ball more out of the RPO situation. Even on this one, Lamar's just got to either read it pre-snap or read the motion or read the defensive end post snap, and then let the running backs do what they do well. Appreciate you guys checking the video out. Let me know what you think in the comment section.